Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Today's March 5th, 2016. One of the major news headlines is that an Atlanta rapper was shot to death outside of a music studio last night, March 4th, 2016. If you're new to my channel, I show how celebrity deaths occur so often by the numbers. Before we get into what that means on a deeper level, I want to take you back to this song from 1983 by the band The Police, with the frontman Sting. They're best known for the song Roxanne. Anyhow, in 83 they came out with this track, Murder by Numbers. It begins, once that you've decided on a killing, first you make a stone of your heart. And if you find that your hands are still willing, then you can turn a murder into art. There really isn't any need for bloodshed. You just do it with a little more finesse. If you can slip a tablet into someone's coffee, then it avoids an awful lot of mess. It's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABC. It's almost like a sick play on the Jackson 5 song. And what we're about to talk about is gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, and how relevant this is to celebrity deaths so often. The word murder itself has a gematria of 34, and he was shot to death on March 4th. In the United States, we write that 3/4, a lot like the word murder. The day he was shot on has a numerology of 43. March 4th, 2016 equals 43. So does the common gravestone engraving RIP for rest in peace. Also, in most parts of the world, March 4th is written 4/3 with the day before the month also looking a lot like 43. So, those are some curiosities about the day he died on yesterday, March 4th, a date that many celebrity deaths were reported, including other musicians, journalists, and entertainers. On my blog, I have several entries decoding the many suspicious deaths from yesterday. Out of all of them, though, this one is by far the most suspicious. He died in Atlanta, which is on the 33rd parallel north. 33 is very much a number of sacrifice. The most obvious story in history, Jesus Christ on the cross at 33. Atlanta, again on the 33rd parallel, abbreviated ATL, 1 plus 20 plus 12, 33. It's named after the lost city of Atlantis, which has gematria of 33. This young man has now passed away at age 28. As I talk about in my videos, 28 and 33 often come together in ritual sacrifice. In gematria, when 28 and 33 are both written out, they sum to 156, a special number, the God number in English gematria. Remember, 911, 911 is the 156th prime number. On September 11th, the buildings that fell down were 33 years old if you begin from their construction date, which began in 1968. They fell down 33 years later in 2001, but they'd only been open for 28 years. They opened in 73 on April 4th, the 5-year assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Again, 911, the 156th prime, those buildings lasted 33 years. They were open for 28 years. The construction firm that built them had name gematria of 156. Just trying to set up the significance of these numbers. Him dying at 28 on the 33rd parallel. Another hip-hop artist, Project Pat, puts out this tweet at 3:33 in the morning. RIP 43. A lot of these hip-hop artists, mainstream artists, are initiated into Freemasonry. It is the Freemasons, the Zionist Jews, who control media, who control entertainment, including the recording industry, and so many of the entertainers are initiated into this gang. His birth name was Trentavious White. Trentavious White has name gematria of 85 the small way, just like Bankroll the big way. His name was Bankroll Fresh, his artist name. Bankroll Fresh the small way, also gematria of 69, like Atlanta where he was killed. The gematria of Bankroll. Two Chainz is who he is related to in the recording industry. I guess it's Two Chainz who discovered him. He's Chainz talent. Suspicious tweets from both of them. 107, 1044. The word killed a small way is 17. In numerology, 0 doesn't count. With regards to 1044, again, 0 doesn't count. 144 is a number associated with killing, assassination. The word killer in Jewish gematria equals 144. I find these tweet times from these artists very suspicious. Two Chainz, the way he spells his name with the number and then the word. In gematria, numbers don't typically count, so the only gematria is from the word chains. Chains, the way he spell it, has gematria of 34, like murder, like his artist dying on March 4th. And Two Chainz himself is currently 38 years old, the number of death, the number that shows up so often for all musicians when they die, especially hip-hop artists. Every video I have done on a dead hip-hop artist, the number 38 is heavily connected. Remember, the word death equals 38. The word rapper equals 38. The word nigga, made popular by rap music, has gematria of 38. The two biggest deaths in the industry, in history, are the deaths of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G., which happened in close proximity to each other. Tupac died September 13th, 1996, supposedly, a date with 38 numerology. Tupac Shakur sums to 139, just like the word Freemasonry, identical. He died 13/9, September 13th, as it's written in most parts of the world. And remember, somehow they never found his killer in the crowded streets of Las Vegas where there's nowhere to escape to. Very suspicious. I have a video on it going into much greater detail about his last album, Machiavelli, how it all ties in. Anyhow, Notorious B.I.G. would die 6 months later, March 9th, 1997, also a date with 38 numerology. With regards to 39, the name Biggie equals 39. New York equals 39. He was known for being out of New York, the East Coast, even though he died out on the West Coast. Again, Two Chainz, currently 38, who he's most closely affiliated with. They said his hit song was from the year 2014, known as Hot Boy. I should have mentioned this. 2014 alone has a numerology of 20 plus 14, 34, like murder, like yesterday's date that he was murdered on. But Hot Boy also has gematria of 85, like Bankroll. Fitting that that would be his hit song. You learn this language of gematria, you decode your favorite artist songs, you're going to see how often there's all these synchronicities. And the reason this is so is because the Masons and the Zionists control the recording industry. They practice this gematria as a religion. I was trying to find what year he was born in. I guess if he's 28 and his birthday is August 4th, let's see, gotta think for a second. He would have turned 29 this year, so that means he's born in 87. But what stands out is that he's born on August 4th. See right here from his Twitter, he had this single coming out on his birthday, which is August 4th. August 4th is Barack Obama's birthday. August 4th is the 216th day of the year. Should be noted that United States of America equals 84 in gematria. Obama in Jewish gematria equals 84. Obama has major ties to Lincoln. Lincoln died in history on a date with 84 numerology. Lincoln was nearly assassinated 216 weeks before he was actually shot and killed. Obama born on 8/4, the 216th day. This rapper dying with Obama's birthday. Something tells me this is not a coincidence, but a message within this Masonic network. From the date he died to the date of his birthday, the date he would have turned 29, is a span of 153 days. 153 is the number of the miraculous catch from the Bible. It's a number that's often paired with 42, and 42 is a number often stamped on black Americans. It represents the most hateful word for black people, the N word. Here's Travis Scott sending out a tweet at 10:53. Again, zero doesn't count in numerology, very suspicious. According to Vibe, he was shot inside the studio. Other news is saying outside the studio. I don't know which it is. Notice that Vibe, though, has the gematria of 38, like rapper, quite fitting. Should be noted that the word Jew also equals 38. It's Jews who control the hip hop industry, the commercial hip hop industry. The studio he was shot at has an address of 174, which stands out. That's the number of the New World Order, which is a Jew world order, a Masonic order. It was the Freemasons and the Jews who started this nation and have controlled it up to the present. And they will until the day they are exposed and thrown from power by the masses. And until that day comes, there's going to be continual ritual sacrifices of celebrities by the numbers. These people are so arrogant about it, they make songs about it. And think about how that song came out in 83, the reflection of 38. The media also, in these shots, loves to code in their numbers of significance for knowing eyes. Look at what license plate they get here, QBH 44. The 44 stands out right away because that's the kill number. Kill equals 44. He died in Georgia, one of two states with the gematria of 44. The other is Wisconsin. This news is making the headlines March 5th, 2016, the day after. Today's date has 44 numerology. Also, it could be a coincidence, but QBH has gematria of 27. As many people know, 27, a number associated with death of musicians. Again, 174, the number of New World Order. New World Order, it's not coming, it's always been here. You hear people say the New World Order is coming. Those are people who don't know that we live in the New World Order, an old world order. The New World Order came over here and created the genocide of the natives, and has now built a New World Order population of lemmings. With regards to Southern rappers, it makes me think of the record label No Limit Records, which has all sorts of Masonic coding on it. No Limit Records 174. Also, this studio he's shot at, Street Execs Studio, has gematria of 69, like Atlanta, like Bankroll Fresh, and also 96, the number of Freemason. Again, it is the Masons who are responsible for this. It's hard to say what this man might have done to be the ritual sacrifice. It could just be that he has the numbers of significance, including the August 4th birthday. That could have been what ultimately did him in. So RIP. If you've never seen any of my other work before, please search the channel. All sorts of videos on all the recent hip-hop deaths you've heard of, from Pumpkinhead to Chinx Drugz and more. All by the numbers. Until next time, Truth Seeker. Encore Truth Seeker. I just plugged in the birth numerology of Bankroll Fresh. His birthday of August 4th, 1987 yields a numerology of 118, which is the number for death in Jewish gematria. And it's a birth numerology that often shows up in celebrity sacrifices. This is most definitely part of the reason he was chosen for the ritual that was yesterday. RIP.